What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Vancouver's Worst Drivers. Today I'm showing you folks the Thinkware ARC Dashcam. This is a 2K front dashcam and a 2K rear dashcam. I'm going to show you folks what this dashcam is all about, some of its specs and features, as well as how it compares to the Thinkware Q200 and the Q850 dashcams which I reviewed recently. If you're interested in this dashcam or any other Thinkware dashcam for that matter, you can use promo code Vancouver's Worst Drivers and get 5% off your order. Now, without further ado, let's get into the review of the Thinkware ARC dashcam. So let's talk about the external design of the ARC dashcam. First of all, it's very thin on the side here, as you can see. It's actually very small as well. This touchscreen is 2.7 inches wide and then a little bit extra on the side here. Overall, it's a very futuristic looking design. As you can see here, it's quite narrow here, but then the front dash cam kind of sticks out a little bit. They've got this kind of cool curve right on the front there. And then moving to the back, even some of the speaker ports are kind of like some weird angles here. So overall, a very cool design from Thinkware and very small. Now let's talk about the front of a dash cam. You got the lens right there. You've got actually some LEDs here as well that blink during parking mode, which indicates to other people that the dash cam is on and recording. Moving to the back of the dash cam, you've got some LEDs right here as well. Speaker here, your touchscreen, 2.7 inch touchscreen is there as well. And then moving to the top, you've got DC input for the power cable. You've got the GPS port for the external GPS mount. Here is the slide to slide the ARC dashcam onto the windshield mount. And then V-in is for the rear dashcam, and that's where you would plug it in as well. Moving to the side of a dashcam, you got two features here. First of all, there's a micro SD card port. The ARC dashcam actually comes with a 32 gigabyte micro SD card, which I think is a great touch from Thinkware. I really appreciate when dashcam manufacturers actually include micro SD cards with their dashcams. And then there's also an on-off power switch here that you can do to turn your dashcam on and off manually if you wish to do so. So what comes in the box? So first of all, we have the front dashcam, rear dashcam, cigarette lighter port power cable. Thinkware also throws in a hardwiring kit, which some manufacturers actually charge extra for, but Thinkware actually throws this in the box for you for free. What is a hardwiring kit? Basically, if you want parking mode on your dash cam, you have two options. You're either going to hardwire this, your dash cam to your vehicle fuse box, or you can use an OBD2 power cable, which will also enable parking mode. So these are both options you can use, or you can just go with the free hardwiring kit. I personally recommend having someone actually install this for you. It's somewhat of a process, but if you have the knowledge to do so, you can go ahead and hardwire your dash cam to your vehicle. Windshield mount for the front dash cam, rear dash cam power cable, 3 windshield power cable mounts if you wish to use them. Installation tool. The ARC also comes with an external GPS. Thinkware has opted to use an external mount when it comes to speed, location, any sort of safety notifications. And so this will come in the box and it has a 3M sticker on the back and it just mounts right to the windshield. And then you plug this into the side of the dash cam. An extra windshield mount sticker. And last but not least, instruction manuals and QR codes for other manuals that you can use online, as well as a QR code for the Thinkware app. For the rear dash cam, there's actually nothing really to report here. This basically looks exactly the same as some of the other Thinkware dash cam models, and now this films at 2K instead of 1080p, so the only difference is simply just the resolution. So I'm going to show you folks how to go through the ARC dashcam in terms of settings, to take a look at footage and that sort of thing. I'm not going to show you folks the Thinkware app. If you want to see more information about the Thinkware app, I'll leave a link in the description to go to the Thinkware Q200 review video that I did recently. And that video, I show you folks how to access the Thinkware app and how to use it. But for now, I'm just going to show you folks how to adjust settings on the actual touchscreen. So first and foremost, we've got the microphone on and off button there, event recording button there. This Wi-Fi button, I'm going to go ahead and push it.
On your smart
So if you use a QR code, it actually goes directly to your phone settings, and then you can click the Wi-Fi button in there. So it just makes the process just a little bit quicker than if you were to actually go through the settings and find it manually. And then if you go ahead and push these 4 buttons on the bottom right, it goes to the settings. I'm gonna stop recording. So here's the passcode that I mentioned to you folks. I have that setting on. You don't have to have the setting on if you don't want to. I just wanted to show you guys what it is. I've set my passcode for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that way you can actually now access the settings and the footage on the ARC Dashcam. So you've got live view, you've got file list here. This shows the number of recordings in these categories: continuous, continuous incident, or parking. As well as parking incident, manual recording, and save videos. So if you actually go ahead and just click on the number, then you can actually find the footage on the actual Dashcam here itself, and then you can review it there. Now, if we go back here, you can go to settings, and here's the settings. So here's camera setting, brightness front, rotate rear camera view. That's if depending on how you mount the rear Dashcam. Super night vision, you can set for continuous mode or parking mode. Personally, I only have it on parking mode. Go back. Record settings, so we can change the sensitivity of the recording settings as well. Some of these are blacked out, but I'll read them out to you in case you can't see it. On the bottom here, it says park mode wait time. You've got smart parking recording, parking sensitivity, motion sensitivity, off timer, battery protection, and off voltage, as well as WTBTY protection. I'm assuming that's watt battery protection, I believe. Oh, my apologies. But I could be wrong on that one. Let's go back. Road safety settings. So this is if you have the GPS, external GPS module enabled and connected. So parking features, so you can have safety cameras on, mobile speed zone on. So that actually will give you an alert on your phone if, say, you're going too fast or if there's safety cameras in the area. And then more safety features. So for vehicle type, you've got 3 settings here. You've got sedan, SUV, and truck and bus. Personally, I drive an SUV, so I put on SUV. ADAS settings here. This helps you actually mount the dash cam properly to make sure that you're using the appropriate safety features. And again, blacked out here is initialize ADAS. Front vehicle detection warning, or FVDW, you can have on and off. Traffic signal alerts as well, on and off. And then lastly, we got system settings. So here's the secure lock, which I show you folks when it comes to the passcode on the actual touchscreen. Language, volume. Volume's interesting because it's in settings of either 1, 2, or 3, or off. So that's how Thinkware has done it on here. Calibrate to touchscreen, LCD brightness, LCD auto off, clock, security LED, which is the front LEDs located on the front of the dash cam, time zone, daylight savings, speed unit, either kilometers per hour or miles per hour, speed stamp. Partition settings is an interesting feature. So if you go to settings, it actually kind of presets some of the G sensor settings for you. So you've got continuous at the top, continuous impact, parking, parking impact, and manual. And so Thinkware has actually kind of grouped settings into different groups that change depending on what they think you might like. So for example, under parking recording priority, you'd have a higher G sensor, so it's more likely to detect accidents in parking mode rather than continuous or impact. Or you could have it on the highest setting for continuous for the driving recording only. So there's just different settings you can do. So it's kind of a cool feature from Thinkware. You've got memory saving on or off, format the micro SD card, and then lastly, you can reset all the settings. And so those are just kind of some of the features of the Thinkware ARC and how you can access those on the touchscreen. And again, you can also access these on the Wi-Fi app. Okay, so let's talk about the front camera footage on the ARC Dashcam. It films at 2K, 30 frames per second. It's got a 125-degree field of view. It uses the OmniVision OS04C20 sensor, which is the same sensor as the Thinkware Q200 Dashcam. It has got HDR and WDR, which is
wide dynamic range, and it also has safety camera alerts. So what those do is they notify you via, basically like a beep, if a car in front of you is moving on a green light or if there's a green light, and it kind of sounds something like this. When it comes to the safety camera alerts, those notifications can be turned off or the volume can be also adjusted as well. In terms of footage, it looks great. License plates are easy to see, lots of colors as well. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with this ARC Dashcam. But as I mentioned, it is the same sensor as the Thinkware Q200 as well. So no real big difference in terms of video quality. Here's what the nighttime footage looks like on the Thinkware ARC Dashcam, and Thinkware uses the Supervision Night 2.0 for the ARC as well, so that's similar to their other dashcams where it brightens the footage for nighttime. And as you can see here, it actually is pretty bright. It allows you to see different colors and stuff like that. The only downside that I would say, and I want to use this video in particular, is that as you can see here, it's almost impossible to see license plates because the footage is way too oversaturated, and even the footage on the left hand side there, it's almost too bright where it's hard to read. So hopefully in the future that will change with Thinkware, maybe some updates as well in terms of kind of lowering the contrast so that's easier to see license plates. But as I mentioned, at least the colors are easy to see, and at least it's easy to see people in the footage. So what sets the ARC Dashcam apart from some of the other Thinkware dashcams, such as the Q200 or the Q850, is it actually films 2K in the rear dashcam as well. So it films 2K, 30 frames per second, and it has HDR. So if you're kind of humming and hawing between the three dashcams and you want to have better camera footage coming out of the back of your vehicle, the ARC Dashcam may be the right dashcam for you then. And then here are the available parking modes on the Thinkware ARC Dashcam. Remember, if you want to use the parking mode feature, you will need to hardwire the dashcam using the available hardwiring kit that comes with the dashcam, or using the OBD2 power cable, which will be an additional purchase. But here are the options. You got motion and impact, which will also film the 10 seconds before the impact, as well as 10 seconds after the impact. Time-lapse recording mode, which films at 2 frames per second continuously. There's also energy saving mode, which will only use impact detection. And there's also smart parking mode. So if the dash cam gets too hot, let's say it's summertime and the inside of the vehicle is quite hot, it'll lower the power consumption and only be used during impact recordings as well. So what are my final thoughts on the Thinkware ARC Dashcam? I think this is a great dash cam. It fits nicely in between the Thinkware Q200 and the Q850 dash cam. Now, if I had to choose between the three, I would go with the Thinkware ARC dash cam because one, it has a touchscreen, and two, it films 2K out the rear of the dash cam as well. And at the time of this video, it's only a $50 difference between the Q200 and the Thinkware ARC dash cam. So for me, I would go with the ARC dash cam. Now, if you also want to use promo code Vancouver's Worst Drivers, you can also get 5% off this dashcam or any other Thinkware dashcam as well. And if you have any questions about the ARC, I can do my best to answer them. Please feel free to comment them below. And thank you so much for watching this video.